Hey there, Long Hollow group leaders. This is Hamilton. I serve on the group's team as the content specialist, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a rundown about how to use Google Hangouts to maybe clear up some questions that some people might have about how to get this up and running. Google Hangouts is a completely free way that you can do video conferencing with a bunch of different people all at the same time, and it requires no money. I mean, it's free. It requires almost no expertise at all. Really, the only thing that it requires is a Google account. And if you have that, then you can do everything that I'm about to show you. So right here, when you come to hangouts.google.com, this is the landing page it's going to take you to. And depending on whether you're signed in or not, you might have to come up here and sign in. But that takes, 3 seconds, especially if you're like me and you have your information saved by your browser. So once you log in, this is the page that it takes you to. And there are a couple of different things that you can do, lots of clicky stuff and options. We don't need to worry about any of that, because the thing that we are looking for is right here. We want to do a video call. So I'm going to click here on video call, and it takes me to this landing page right here. We might have a different background image. I think that it cycles. So don't worry about that. The thing that we want is right here, join or start a meeting. So you'll see that I don't have anything scheduled there. I'm setting all of this up brand new because this is probably what it's going to look like for you as you do it. So I'm going to come here and click right here for join or start a meeting. And it's going to give me an option to name it. Now, you don't necessarily have to name it, but I'm going to, just so that I know, what this is about. I'm going to call it Life Group. And when I click continue, it's going to change the formatting of Life Group a little bit. Don't be freaked out. It doesn't really matter at all. So you'll see here, this is called Life Group. It took out the capital letters and the spacing, but again, don't worry, it's not a big deal. And you'll see that my camera failed. It's just because I'm using the camera for another program for the picture-in-picture thing. But if I were not, then you would see my face right here. You can tell that it's working because it's picking up the audio from the microphone. So everything is working for this Google Hangout. On your computer, when I came and set one of these up earlier, so I already gave it permissions. But if you haven't already given the website permission, it's going to drop down with a little box right up here, probably, asking for permission to use your camera on your computer and your microphone, which is probably built into your computer also. You'll want to click accept to both of those things, because otherwise no one will be able to see or hear you. And then once you click accept, it will probably pop up with your picture right here, and you'll see that little bar down at the bottom moving up and down when you're talking right here. And that means that it's receiving all of your information. You are good to go. You can click join now. And this is going to take us to the screen where we can share the information with the people in our group. So there are two different ways that you can get this information to people. Well, there are more than two, but there are two that I'm going to show you because they're the two things that you'll probably be using also. The first one is copy joining info. So when I click copy joining info, it's going to automatically copy it to my clipboard. That means that I don't have to do anything. I don't have to copy anything. It's already there. And I can go into a messaging app that I might be using. Maybe we have a Facebook group chat. Maybe we have an email thread. Maybe we're using something like GroupMe. Anyway, I can just hit paste inside of any of those things, and it's going to drop this information right here. This is what you're going to want your group to look out for, and it'll stick out because it's a link, And I think when you copy it, it says click this link. It's really simple. But when your group members see this link, whether they are on a smartphone or a laptop or an iPad or anything that people use to get around the internet, it's going to take them and drop them into your meeting space. If they are on a smartphone, then they will be taken to a page where they can download the Google Hangouts app. If they're using an Android, it'll take them to the Google Play Store. If they're using an iPhone, it'll take them to the Apple App Store. And they'll have to download the Google Hangouts app on a phone. It's free, it doesn't cost anything. And it only takes a second to download. But if you're on a phone, then you'll need to use that. But if you're on a computer and you have a web browser, then you already have everything you need. So they can just click this link and be good to go. The other option is you can come down here to add people. And if you have their email address, then you can type it in here and or select it from your contact list. Like if I wanted to add Mike, then I would be able to add Mike. But I'm not going to add him right now because he's not expecting a video conference. But anyway, you can add them right here. It'll send them a direct link to their email that they can click on, or they can click on the link that you drop in your group messaging app. If you need to add more people, then I will show you how to do that. If you come right down here to the group name that you just named your group, it will give you this information again. You can copy joining info again. Okay, so once you're in this little frame right here, again, if my camera were working for Google Hangouts, then right now you'd be seeing my face talking right here, but you can just hear it. There are a couple of good things for groups to be mindful of. This button right here is the microphone button. And so if I click this button, then you can see my microphone is off. That's good for, like, I have a dog who likes to start barking every now and again. So if I'm in a group chat and he starts getting all barky, then I'll just come down here and mute it, and nobody will be able to hear him barking his head off. This button right here, if you're using a camera, this will turn your screen off, or it'll turn your camera off, and it'll just pop up with your picture right there. And then this button right here is what you use to leave the call, or you can just X out of the browser. So that's really all that there is. As you drop the link into your different messaging apps, into your email threads, as you start inviting people with their email addresses, you will see their pictures start to pop up in this little square, and everyone will be able to talk to each other. It's like you're in the same room, but you're practicing social distancing, and so that's very good. But that's really all there is to it. It's extremely simple, and it requires nothing special, no special knowledge. I've been in group chats with people from 7 years old to 87 years old, and everyone is able to figure it out and have a good time. So we're really excited to see how this tool helps us retain the community that we build in our living rooms all across the city. And we're especially excited to see how God starts using it to both grow that community and to add people to his kingdom through it. Because maybe there's somebody who would be more likely to hop in with you on a video call than go to somebody's house that they don't know. So it's a really cool opportunity for us to both be there and present for each other, even though we are socially distant. And it's also a neat way to be able to bring people into the fold who might not ordinarily join one of our meetings. So we're excited to see how God's using it, and we're excited to see you using it. If you're using Google Hangouts or Zoom calls or anything like that to meet with your life groups, your D groups, take a screenshot of it. You know, that we want to see you guys and all of your faces, and we want to see you meeting and having fun. And then you can share it in the group leaders Facebook page that we have set up. We would love to see that. If you have any questions or concerns or comments of any kind, please do not hesitate to reach out to us at groups@longhollow.com, and we will do our very best to answer any questions that you have, to quell any concerns, and mostly just to be there for you, just like you were there for the people in your group. So thank you for everything that you do, and go have a ball with Google Hangouts. It should be pretty simple. Thanks.